Since she's doing a stand-up comedy set, I don't know if you'll be in attendance for that.
I wish. We have a conflict, unfortunately.
Yeah, you probably got a bunch of things going on. But one, how is it to have a teammate like that spreads as much joy and excitement about the game and really just life in general, but also still be a professional, a winner, and kind of being a pro?
Yeah, I think Sid has like the perfect balance of that. Like, she's one of the main leaders inside our locker room, if not the leader in our locker room, and she's the constant voice. And she has that great balance of, when things can be fun and loose and making jokes and keeping everything light, but also she's won before. She knows what it takes to win, and I think she brings that experience for us every day. I think she challenges people, and she's the same teammate and the same person no matter if she plays 20 minutes, no matter if she starts, no matter if she doesn't get any minutes. She's the same person and shows up every single day. So, she's just a really good soul and a really good person, kind to every person she meets. Like, I think the thing that I've always been most impressed with, whether it's people that are working the breakfast area that we have in the morning or, somebody that is working the benches that carries our towels, like she always goes out of her way to thank them and to know what their name is and things like that. And it's just the little things that make a difference. And she's really just a servant leader, so really lucky to have her on our team.
Has she practiced any stand-up with you, gone through any routines, like seeing what works and what doesn't?
I give her bits to work on, honestly. So I don't know if she actually works on them, but I think they're funny. But yeah, I don't know. I tried to get her to practice on me, her stand-up bit, but she won't do it. So she's got to save it for everybody. But I'm sure it'll be really funny knowing her. She's just very sly and witty, and always has something to say, like less than a second after you say something. So I don't doubt that it's going to be amazing.
Caitlin, how are you feeling, I guess, after Wednesday that first came back? Are you still planning on playing in shorter spurts? And then, I guess, kind of a separate question. When we talked with Sophie and Steph yesterday, they really stressed that there's almost this sense of urgency of Steph wants you guys to play with desperation. Is that kind of the vibe that you're sensing as you guys are going into a big matchup tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I feel good for the most part. I'm sore, but that's probably the given, from here on out, just because I haven't played much basketball. It's been very on and off. You're going to be sore. That's just kind of how it's going to be. And I think I've done a great job over the course of 48 hours since our last game ended of just getting treatment, doing everything I can to put my body in a position to feel good tonight. And I feel, pretty good. So I'm excited to get back out there. And I think there is a sense of desperation, but also there's still a long ways to go at the same time. I think we just approach it one game at a time, one practice at a time. And you can't get too caught up on the ones that we've maybe let slip away, and that stinks. But at the same time, you can't go back and reverse that. You just got to learn from it and move forward. And I think it's at times can maybe be a little bit difficult with me bouncing in and out of the lineup. We kind of play I don't want to say a completely different style, but it is just a little bit different. So I think it'll take us a second to kind of adjust to that and just. We just need to get the ball moving and flowing again on offense, and we're going to make shots. It was kind of an anomaly of, we just shot the ball really bad, and, we're going to make shots, but also I think we can work to get our teammates open for better looks as well.
Hey, Caitlin. Obviously, in an ideal world, you wouldn't have missed any time with any injuries, but being injured and being sidelined, are you able to kind of gain a different perspective, being able to take a step back and see everything from a big picture?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's certainly been challenging from the standpoint of I've never been through this before, and then also the type of injuries that I've been dealing with. It's not like a broken wrist and you're out 6 weeks and you're in a cast. It's kind of day by day of how I'm feeling, and then when I return, how I'm feeling, and going from there. And it does mentally challenge you quite a bit, but I think it gives me good perspective on maybe something my teammates have been through, or people that don't get very many minutes and have to watch from the bench and show up to practice every day and have to do extra conditioning and have to be in the weight room extra, because those were that's what I've been doing now. So I think it's kind of has pushed me as a leader, as a teammate, to better understand what maybe other people go through, but also to be the best teammate I can be. And I think coming back, I feel like I did do a good job of that in the last game. Obviously it's hard playing in certain spurts of 3 minutes on and 5 minutes on the bench. You just kind of got to take it for what it is and learn from it and just continue to be a vocal leader and there for your teammates. But, I think it's allowed me to grow a lot, and I'm really proud of that as well.
Caitlin, despite his injury, Ty's been here the last couple of games.
Yeah.
I'm curious, has the group chat consisted of mostly injury recovery for both of you, or what have those conversations been like lately?
Well, it's funny. Sometimes I'm at the hyperbaric chamber and I'm in one tube and Ty's in the tube next to me. So he's trying to get through the Marvel catalog, I guess. So you'll have to ask him about that. But, he loves basketball. I've said this before, like even if we're playing on the road or, there's a couple games he maybe can't see in person, he's always got it on. But I know even our game, he didn't really know that it was at noon a couple of days ago, and he had a conflict, and he made sure to move the meeting that he had to be able to be here and support us. And he certainly just loves the Fever, and he loves this state, and, that's very evident in everything that he does and the way he approaches the people in this community. So we're very lucky and fortunate. But yeah, I mean, he watches a lot of basketball. I think there was a game we lost that I didn't even play in probably 2 or 3 weeks ago. And I was on a plane flying back, and he's like, yeah, I'm already rewatching it. I'll text you what I think. And I'm like, bro, that's how you know how bored he is with the thing, because he hasn't really started rehab yet. He's just kind of chilling. So, but yeah, he's probably one of our biggest fans.
Caitlin, yesterday Austin said that when you're warming up, he tries to work on, you're unbalanced a lot when you're trying to shoot, just from contact and stuff. And I think the phrase he used was balanced when you're unbalanced. Yeah. Can you unpack that? How do you practice that?
Well, I mean, I feel like the thing, like when I'm missing shots, a lot of the time it's my feet. Like I'll become very narrow, or like my feet won't be set in the way that I need them to be. And like as a shooter, your feet and your legs are probably the most important thing, your balance. Like even if you're coming off facing a different direction, if I'm balanced, I feel like I still have a great chance at making it. So, just working on that, and that was a focus for me even in the off season of like core stability and things like that. So just being as balanced as I can. I think that's even getting downhill. Like I always want to play off of 2 feet, but it's even when I'm getting to a step back or creating contact and trying to get away from that, like it starts with my balance and how my feet are, like shoulder width apart. And that's always what I try to remind myself if there aren't a few shots that are going in, just like realign your feet, and usually that can help me as well.
Did you warm up by getting bumped a lot?
Well, that would make me pretty tired before a game, but I mean, a lot of my work, whether it's before practice or after practice, like it's usually with some sort of contact. Even, I'll even do a little bit pregame where there is a little bit of contact, usually when I'm getting downhill. And, I think it's just, it's hard during the season, but, I think it's certainly something that it's just kind of how I play now. I mean, if I don't get hit, maybe I'm off balance at this point. I don't know. Something to look into.